But an easier way is to actually allow them to throw the way that their hips are designed to throw and are designed to produce force. Hey guys, Ben Brewster here from Tread Athletics. I want to go over a quick observation that we've had with some of our athletes and that I've discussed with a couple other coaches in the industry. And this is the matter of how guys drive towards the plate relative to their specific hip anatomy. So what we've seen is guys who have very, very good hip internal rotation, drills like the roll-in, where they can internally rotate that back foot and step towards the target. So I've got great hip internal, so this is a comfortable position for me, and I can go through the roll-in and create my drive towards the target, glutes, hamstrings, keep the back foot and back knee relatively online. That's an effective and efficient way for my hips to produce force and a lot of guys that we work with. But what we've seen is the guys who naturally have retroverted hips, they have very good external, but almost no or very little internal rotation. A lot of times they don't do that well when you give them a roll-in. It actually hurts their velocities and they're not able to produce a ton of force at their end range, and you put them in positions that their hips can't easily get to. Now you can improve their hip internal rotation a little bit over time, and that will help them in those specific drills. But an easier way is to actually allow them to throw the way that their hips are designed to throw and are designed to produce force. So for a lot of these guys, when we allow their back foot, rather than cueing them, even with the rubber or even a little internally rotated sometimes, to cue them to get the hips open, we actually cue the opposite. So we notice that a lot of these guys that naturally when they come to us throw with their back foot externally rotated. And as they drive towards the plate, think about Justin Verlander, Fulmer. Some of these guys, they have a lot more sit into their back leg. They're holding that external rotation a little bit longer, and their pattern into landing is this sitting action and then internally rotating just before landing. So they have an externally rotated drive, more of a quad dominant drive. They sit and then they fire. Sit, fire. Whereas somebody like me, I've been able to do this successfully, much more knee on the target the entire drive, where I'm driving to the target that way. So the point being, we haven't completely gotten to the bottom of this and what exactly is best for each guy, but guys who are on either end of that extreme, very, very good external, they tend to throw better with that foot externally rotated from the target and a little bit more sit. And guys who have really good internal and bad external like me tend to do better with more of a toe on target, knee on target as they throw, similar to a roll-in. So consider ditching roll-ins if you're a guy on that one end of the spectrum. And if you're on my end of the spectrum, roll-ins were one of the cornerstone drills for my velocity improvement. I really think that would be a beneficial drill if you have good hip internal. If you're somewhere in the middle, it kind of takes a trial and error approach, figuring out which drills work for you and figuring out which approach seems to help you the most. But just an observation that we've been discussing that I wanted to share with you guys. Finally, if you guys are interested in remote training with us, that's what we do as a company. We've worked with over 300 or 400 athletes now in the past few years to help them improve their velocity, their body composition, mobility, and a number of other factors. So if that's something you guys are interested in, go ahead and email us at contact@treadathletics.com, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.